What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Check it out, man. This is starting to really bother me. Y'all know I'm a sports fan, true indeed, basketball in particular. But there's been like 3 or 4 occasions this season in the NBA where, which used to stand for No Blacks Allowed back in the days, by the way. But there's been 3 or 4 occasions in the league where guys have had really big games, really big scoring games, and right after they've had those big scoring games, the league immediately drug tested them or called for them to be drug tested by their teams. And I think it started with Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell had like a 71-point game, and he got drug tested the next day. Ja Morant had a big game, and he got drug tested. As a matter of fact, Ja Morant even said that he's been drug tested like 6 or 7 times just this season alone. And if you don't know who Ja Morant is, this guy's super athletic, does incredible moves and dunks. He'll dunk on practically anybody, and his dunks are like super highlight reel type dunks, all time level type dunks. And now the latest one was Damian Lillard, who unfortunately scored 71 points on my team, the worst team in the NBA, the Houston Rockets. So he was drug tested right after that game. So the question I'm asking to the NBA is, why are you drug testing these guys immediately after they have these big games, as if to say that these superior athletes, um, unquestionably talented athletes who work on their craft, who work on their skills, not just in the summertime and not just during the season, but have been doing this all their life. And the game has evolved to where these kind of numbers are really kind of commonplace in the league now. What is this speculation that y'all have that these guys are just not doing this because of talent, that they have to be cheating some kind of way? And that's always been the script. That's always been the thought process, is that when you have young black athletes that achieve great heights and feats, it must be, well, they got to be doing something. They got to be doing something. Now, is that to say that guys haven't juiced up before, guys haven't um, had a little enhancement here and there before? Yeah, everybody has, black, white, brown, and otherwise. But now you're talking about 3 guys, man. The 3 guys that have been tested are pretty much spotless guys. I'm trying to think. That's why I'm looking in the sky. I'm trying to think of a time when Dame Lillard was caught up in some scandal, some mess, some criminal activity. I'm trying to think when Donovan Mitchell was caught up in something like that. I'm trying to think when Ja Morant was caught up in. These are stand-up guys, very brilliant, articulate, intelligent guys who just work on their craft. So mixed in with the God-given ability, mixed in with the fact that you worked on your craft, that formula equals greatness. And with the way the game is played today, man, and the way these guys shoot, and the way these guys score, man, yeah, you're going to see some 60s and 70s and things of that nature. So it's rubbing me the wrong way, because the low-key motive and intent of why the NBA are drug testing these guys is something that I spoke on a while back. But now, since they just did it to Damian Lillard, I got to revisit it. Now, these are the same athletes. These are the same players who generate not hundreds of thousands, not millions, but billions of dollars for your league annually. Of course, you got the LeBrons, you got the Kevin Durant, you got all of the star players that exist in the league. But there are other guys who are stars and all stars and superstars in their own rights, who contribute to that total revenue as well. So you're playing with your money, NBA, because If these brothers ever wake up and just decide to say, okay, well, you know what, let's boycott the league, let's boycott playing until the respect is given and the appreciation is given, because they always like to tell black athletes they should be grateful and appreciate. No, actually, y'all should be grateful and appreciative to the financial contributions that is generated through the presence of these athletes that are bringing money to these cities. Now, keep in mind, the three teams, the three players. Donovan Mitchell plays for Cleveland, which Cleveland is a wonderful sports town, historical sports town. They have three major sports teams, and but they hadn't won since LeBron came along a few years later and won that championship. I think in 2016 they hadn't won in forever. Um, then you got Memphis, which is a small market NBA team, in Memphis. The Memphis Grizzlies being the only big major sports team that they have in that city. Then you got um, Portland, which is the same way. Portland doesn't have a football team. Portland doesn't have a baseball team. So the Portland basketball team, that's the only game in town. So why y'all playing around with your money like that? Because if the day comes when Damon Lillard says, well, you know what? Or somebody in the Players Association decides that, you know, we just going to boycott because we don't feel like um, the timing makes sense of why y'all are drug testing. Now, if you have a policy implemented within, you know, your rules of the league that, you know, guys can randomly be tested, or, you know, guys can get tested, whatever, that's a part of your policy, cool. But it's the timing that brings everything into question for me. You know, what are you trying to say? I can't hit 70? Baseball guys was juicing up left and right. Juicing saved the league in baseball, and they were so hypocritical in baseball that guys was juicing the year after. I think they had a strike or a lockout, whatever it was, and the revenue in baseball was hurting so bad when guys came back, and Mark Aguirre and Sammy Sosa and all those guys were battling out for the home run title, and the ratings was going through the roof. But boys was juicing. And they so hypocritical, they like, yeah, thanks for saving the league, but we still ain't gonna let you out in the Hall of Fame though. We still gonna vilify you. Meanwhile, you got these guys in the NBA, I can almost guarantee without knowing for certain, Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, Donovan Mitchell, and many other ones, these dudes ain't juicing at all, man. At all. They just talented young black brothers who getting it in and putting up record numbers, and the league is being the league. All right, man, y'all tell me what y'all think about this, man. Leave a comment below, and I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. Go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue podcast. That's my podcast right here on YouTube. Go find it, subscribe to it, and watch the content. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace.